All right, first thing on the agenda is we need to approve the minutes from the meetings of August 8th and October 22nd. Everybody had a chance to review those?
I make a motion that we approve them as presented.
All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, the next item is the Planning Commission. Our meeting is the rezoning request from 4-H Construction and NEC Investments to rezone the southern halves of blocks 38, 39 of the west. Yeah, the southern halves of blocks 38 and 39 of the West Blackstone subdivision. Okay. All right. And so, will that be Mr. Nash presenting on this request, or Philip, are you going to?
Phil's got the gist of it.
Okay,
present it to you guys.
okay,
And if it's okay, I'll also have the folks in the back so they can see the drawings and that sort of stuff.
okay.
State your name and your address, please, sir.
Turn to that drawing. That's what we'll look at toward the end of the packet. See that, all right? We have a request from 4-H Construction and NEC Investments LLC to rezone the southern halves of Block 38 and 39 of the West Blackstone subdivision. The parcels combined total 3.44 acres. The request is to rezone these properties from the PO Public Open Space District to the R2 Residential District. The property designated as Nottaway County Tax Map 50A30-1-38-21 through 26. 5831-1-38-27 through 40, and 5831-1-39-21 through 40. The Planning Commission is holding a public hearing tonight. If we go to this drawing, it is on the north side of 4th Street, directly across from the ViewMac building. Between Freeman and Amelia Avenue, and then Freeman and I think Green Street. I think Green Street is actually goes through past Third, but it's that block directly behind. And it's only the portion within that rig. Albeit, I think the applicants have bought some additional property there. It's already zoned R2. But these are the properties in question, and they've just traditionally always been zoned PO, public open space, which really allows for schools and libraries and churches, and that's about the gist of it. Doesn't have any residential component in the zoning. The request is to rezone it to R2, which is the same zoning as everybody else, for the most part, in the neighborhood, behind them and adjacent to them. And I think the applicants intend on building 2 family dwellings, and they can give you more of the details, but there's also a floor plan and a front view of the property, of the proposed improvement. And we're just requesting it to be a straight-up rezoning without proffers or conditions. It's the same as every other property over there.
There's a sign on that property dating from back at the,
I don't know if it's still there, but it said
Okay.
Heart Haven Homes.
I saw it recently, and not too long ago.
Is it
Yeah.
still there? There you go.
Yeah. And what was, can you go ahead and explain what that was about?
Well, I probably can't explain it as well,
Yeah.
maybe as the applicants can,
Right.
but it was an intended Peel Manor, or equivalent to a Peel Manor, kind of a villa-style apartments for either low-income or elderly individuals that was going to be owned and managed and operated through the church.
Yeah, I remember the Methodist Church had some plans to do that.
I think
and
that was the
but
intention to do that.
They never got around to rezoning it.
Never did, never rezoned it. Now, they did rezone, and if you look at your drawing, and you look at this little brown blob right here, in the middle of all that white, that's Peel Manor.
Right.
That's where those little apartments are, and that's zoned R3, which has a higher density, and those are actually considered to be apartments. What the definition is for the way those were built. You can do townhouses in Blackstone, but you can't have more than 8 contiguous in one structure. So they don't qualify exactly for townhouse.
So in R2, what is the most intensive use?
Most intensive residential use in R2 would be townhouses. Townhouses are, there's a separate section under zoning ordinance for townhouses. They are permitted by right in the R2 district and in the R3 district, okay? But in the R2 district, and
truly anywhere else when someone chooses a townhouse. It may look like an apartment, it may smell like an apartment, but they have restrictions that it can be no more than 8 units together and no unit above another unit. You can't have second floor apartments.
They're side
They have to
by
be
side.
side by side. And if you go down to Courthouse Road, between Gravit and Maven, those are considered townhouses.
But not that your intent to put townhouses on, just duplexes.
So, again, this is for Keith and Eric. Are these going to be sold, or are they going to be rental properties, or do you got own and then rent? Okay.
And I think Tommy had asked some questions about setbacks and things. There are acreage requirements for activities for new lot development, okay? So we've got to be thoughtful when we look at this. These are lots of record that were first platted in 1890 or 1891. So the setbacks are going to be fixed. It's just a matter of how much of that frontage do they assign to a particular unit. And I would think at least 100 feet would be the appropriate, because that's certainly, because each lot down there is 25 feet. If they were to make it 80 feet, I would be certain that they would have enough room to make their setback work. And it would be 15% of whatever the frontage is. On the sides, 35 in front, I believe it's 25-foot setbacks in the back.
Our intent is not to cram them in there. We want to be more than put in type look.
Right.
I mean, 'cause that obviously draws to the local buildings and gets your rent higher.
And I assume you're after off-street parking on that?
We're going to have off-street parking, that's great.
They'll all have drive, they're inside the driveway.
Do they have any questions involved in this?
I'm gonna ask in just a moment. Is there anybody else that would like to speak about? Okay. Philip, have you heard any objections regarding this rezoning?
I haven't had any objections. I did have one resident that lives on Third Street, and they were curious of what was going on, and hey, I got your letter, and what does this mean? And we explained it to him, and he was not objectionable, and he's not, I don't see him here tonight, but he wanted to know what was going on. He lived in the 800 block of Third Street, which would be behind the lots to the west of Freeman Street.
Okay, and the R2 is everything that we see in green is?
Is already R2,
It's
yeah.
all- It just stays with the neighborhood, basically.
The lots that go, if you're driving down 4th Street and you're turning at the curve to go out of town, the lots that that we're requesting to rezone past that, I mean, you can't, it's almost unusable land. I mean, you can use the front portion of it, but while we're rezoning, we're just gonna rezone. I mean, that's.
There's a sewer right away that runs down in that kind of a dirt road that goes down
Right.
to the woods, and it would be on the right-hand side of that.
Which is a big gully.
It's a gully.
That's going past Amelia, right? Okay.
I will say, I own some property beside it, and looking at their plans and the stuff that Keith has built in the past, we're really excited about it. I think it's gonna look really nice, and it's nice to have some new construction coming, because Blackstone needs it really bad.
Yeah, this is,
So we're excited about it as a joiner, so.
it's putting some land,
I'll make a motion
okay.
that we go ahead and rezone this to R2.
Do we have to close the hearing first?
Let's close the
Let's
public
open it and
hearing.
close it all at one time.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll close the hearing.
yes. We are closing the public hearing.
All right.
And is there a motion?
I'll move that we rezone this to R2.
A second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Right.
Aye.
We'll
Any
get time to
opposed?
make it on the
Yeah,
second.
be opposed, or you just can't vote on
We
it.
will attempt to put this on the count. This still has to be voted on by the town council. And so we'll try to, if we can meet our advertising deadline, we'll try to put it on the 17th of December, if you have liquor to go. If not, it'll be for January.
What other business do we have? Is that it?
All right. Then we should close.
Don't let him talk.
Close,